Welcome back, realvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is in Fresno. It's Fresno County. Fresno is the local city too. It's in California. You guys have heard of Fresno, right? It's a good sized city. There's a lot of farmland around the area and a lot of development. I made offers in this area to buy land because the statistics were just like head scratching, unbelievable. How fast stuff sells in this area, and it seems to be quite competitive. There's a lot of demand for land in the area, and it seems like they'd be driving up prices over time. The stuff just doesn't stay on the market very long at all. So let's take a look at this one that I got and see if this fits your bill. So here we go. We're jumping into ruralvacantland.com, and I'm asking $74,000 for this one. It's just over an acre. It's 1.19 acres. A good friend went out and took some pictures of this property. And so I just pulled this one up as the backdrop for the video. And it's fenced. It's got chain link fence all the way around the property. It looks like somebody, plowed it down, plowed the weeds down, probably keep the fire danger down. And you can see the fence, and there's a little dirt road that comes up to the property, and the dirt road goes to a paved road, and there's houses all around the property. I mean, it's developed in multiple different directions. This is a vacant land that's sitting in between. So I've got near 70 different pictures of this property. And so here's the road out in front. It's a dirt road. It's a good wide dirt road. I mean, you could pull semi trucks right up to that thing. Big wide dirt road. The power line running down it. So just across the street from the property is the power line. So I'm figuring you could go build. You might be able to break this property up into smaller properties. A lot of the properties in the area are a lot smaller than this one that they're putting houses on, or just have a bigger lot to have more room for your family compound, right? Looks like they have a willow tree across the street, a bunch of cars. Neighbor's got a collection of stuff over there. Here's some of the neighboring houses. They're planting trees and flowers and having fences and things. The palm trees are growing in the area. Looks like somebody might have run into the fence there. Yeah, so lots of pictures. The pictures just keep going and going. Get every angle of this property. We've got pictures out by the street too. We'll get there as well. So here's some of the pictures. You can see the neighbors off in the distance planting trees, raising animals. It's doing whatever they want to do. So this looks like pretty easy to use land. It's flat. It's not a swamp hole. It looks like you could grow on there if you irrigated it. Looks like you can have animals in the area. There's some street view shots out in front. So here's a shot from above. You can see this big vacant spot with a bunch of houses around it, the road coming up to it. There's we'll see some pictures of taqueria just over here on the corner. I think McDonald's is just down the street. You've got gas station down the street, RV park, a block away. It's on the northwest side of, or more west. It's more the west side of Fresno. So here's a shot of property line. So it's this graded out rectangle of land. Dennett Avenue is the name of the dirt road to the property. Yeah, you can see there's McDonald's down the street. There's an Arco. There's a cafe. This is, the other side of the block. There's a market, dairy, fresh produce. So here's a taco shop, taco town and country market liquor. It's on the same block as the property. This is towards the front of the property. So you'd turn off by Shalela's taco stand here and go down the road and back around the corner to get to the property. So you could walk over here and get your hookup. And there's a shot of the street. So there's the dirt road. You'd be turning down this dirt road, and your property would be up on the left. So you can kind of see the neighbors here. Some trees. There's a palm tree out of the paved road before you turn off down to your road. So you can see here people are mowing the lawn, taking care of the area. Here's a shot of the neighbors and a view of the property from the other street. The property's in the back there. So there's your property, good sized piece of property, a little over an acre in town. So if you look at these neighboring lots, well, maybe some of these others are that size, but some of them are half or quarter that size. So it looks like they're doing quarter acre lots in the area. Like these look like quarter acre lots, and this is just over an acre. So theoretically, maybe you could split it 4 ways. I mean, you have to go check the regulations and everything, but looking at some of these others, you could probably get it down to 4 ways and, build a house on a quarter of it, keep that for yourself, and sell the other 3/4 off to help pay for your house. Or build 4 houses and sell the others, right? However you wanted to go about it. So I think the most exciting part of this is, well, we'll zoom out here. It's definitely right on the side of town. I mean, it's in the outskirts of town for sure. It's not in the thick of it, but it's definitely close to town. I mean, you could probably ride your bike to downtown Fresno. So here's downtown Fresno, and here's the property. It's a flat area too. So you got the zoo right over here too, Fresno Chaffee Zoo. You could probably ride your bike over to the zoo. See, there's the McDonald's, there's the Denny's, the Taco Bell just down the street, Motel 6, there's the DMV, and then the property's right over here. So you're really close to a lot of things around town. You're not very far off, but you're still getting a vacant piece of land that you can go build your dreams on. Okay, so I pulled up the whole county of Fresno and Zillow, and we could do this in a bunch of different websites. I'm just used to using Zillow. They seem to give us more data on multiple fronts. So here's the county, and I was looking at data from Redfin and other websites at days on market averages for the area, and I mean, it just keeps coming in low compared to everywhere else in California. Fresno has been very very low days on market. So days on market means when somebody puts their house up for sale, how long is it up for sale before it's sold? In a market like where I'm living in Encinitas, I mean, it's often 2 weeks or something. It's crazy fast as an average for all the homes that are trading. And something like Seattle, where the tech boom is going nuts, I mean, it might be 4 or 5 days on market as average, which is just seems mind-boggling to me. But a lot more normal places like LA and that's 30 or 45 days on market. It's more normal average. Place I just had a house outside of town here in San Diego was more like 60 days average, and this area is like 20 days average. So it's not the crazy stupid hot town, but it's more reasonable prices hot. 20 days on market's pretty hot kinds of numbers. I don't know what it is now, but that's what it was when I was doing the statistics to make offers in this area. And so with that in mind, if you look at this, if you look at what's for sale around Fresno, or if I switch it over to what's sold, look at how much is for sale, and then look how much is sold. You take there's like crazy more of these yellow dots. Well, let's put them both on the map so we can compare the same. There's just crazy more of these yellow dots, the stuff that just sold versus stuff that's for sale. And when it comes to vacant land, it's usually the other way around. There's usually a lot of it for sale that's been there for sale for 10 or 20 years at some dreamy price that they're probably not going to get anytime soon. But not in Fresno. It's this stuff. I mean, yeah, there's some dreamy price ones, 425 down the street or 400,000 down the street, and I'm asking 74. But if we take let's just look at the ones that are for sale. If we just look at the ones that are for sale in the area, so mine is between Belmont and Olive, and so there's Olive, there's Belmont, and we're just west of Marcus. So Belmont, Olive, and Marcus. So we're over here somewhere. The closest one that's still for sale in the area is they're asking $400,000 for a piece of dirt. It's 10 acres. Okay, so seller's selling 7.86 acres with a house that probably doesn't count. So like 8 acres. Well, no, they group it together. Okay, so 9 acres. So it's like 9 times the size of mine, but it's a different kind of sales pitch. The ones that are more like my size, $150,000 for 2 acres. This is a comparable one. This one's further away from town. $110,000 for 0.37 acres. So that's like a third of the size of the one I'm talking about, but it's further away from town. $110,000. It's just been on the market for 6 days, and they got a bunch of people looking at it already. $167,000. This one's closer to where the one that I'm showing you is. It's half the size, or a little less than half the size. It's been on the market for 35 days and 113 people looking at it. It's like 3 people a day or something. They're getting some attention. So, I mean, in the area, this other stuff's over 100 grand for anything comparable in this area. If you go over here, you get some funkier areas that get cheaper. But that's, I think, a different market than where this property is in this region. And feel free to go study the market, look at it, and use a bunch of different data sets and angles and things. But I think mine's the cheapest in the area by a ways. If you could look at the sold ones, the for sale ones, yeah. So I'm asking for $74,000, and it's 1.19 acres. And yeah, I hope this is the right property for you. There's GPS coordinates here on my website. You can get to the website by going to the link in the description below, and they'll take you back to ruralvacantland.com. You click on those GPS coordinates, you can drive over there and take a look at it. I mean, we got a bunch of pictures to look at it too, but you should go look at it in person. And then there's a buy it now button. I think this is, oh, it's not working yet. I'll get that working. So you can click that and basically put down like $500 and hold the property. And while we do the paperwork to, run it through title. This is, I think, title dollar size property. I bought it through title. I'd like to sell it through title. And yeah, so just click that to reserve the property and make a down payment on it and pay the rest through title. And we'll do the paperwork, and it's all ready. You'd send in the money, and there we go. So there's that one. Yeah, taxes $164 a year, so you could just park on it, sit on it, wait or build it out, make it happen. Yeah, so there's the property. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com, bringing you another easy, cheap property. This one in Fresno County, California, just on the outskirts of Fresno. And cheapest one in the area by 25 grand or more, or maybe even 35 grand or so, just looking at the ones we just looked at. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.